everybody! So I'm back, I'm making a video. It's been a very long time, especially on this channel. Since I've made a video, I think it's been about 6 months or even longer. I was making a couple still on my makeup channel, but I even stopped that for the past couple of months. So it's been a very long time since I put up a video on this channel, and I'm very excited to film it. It's definitely been the longest gap since I started YouTube that I've ever taken a break. Usually it's not more than a week or two, but there's definitely been a couple of reasons why I have taken a break from the YouTube world. One being in summertime we just get crazy busy, so that's something that just typically happens every year. But the second reason being we are TTC. One of my last videos was talking about how we are trying to conceive our third child. It has now been about a year since we first started trying for our third baby, and although I love following other people's journeys and the people I'm subscribed to and watching everyone's vlogs, if you've been TTC for any length of time, I'm sure you can relate. With every month you kind of get hopeful that you will get pregnant, and then there's a letdown in the end when you're not, and this goes on and on and on and on. So with each month that goes by, it just gets a little bit more difficult. Especially for me, I guess I'm just speaking for myself, but just gets a little bit more difficult watching others, you know, get pregnant or watching their journeys. And it's not that I'm not excited for them or that I don't want to follow them, it's just that it's difficult to watch. So for my own sanity, for my own, just to give myself a break, I kind of just stepped back from the whole YouTube, Facebook world, focused in on my family. Yeah, that's probably one of the major reasons I've taken a break from YouTube. But you're probably wondering why now, why I'm deciding to randomly upload a video, share with you guys my TTC journey up until this point, and that is because we found out this week that we are pregnant. After 1 year of TTC, we are pregnant. I'll show you my test. This one's from this morning. There it is there. So I'm still in shock, to be honest. I am obviously over the moon excited. It hasn't quite sunken in yet. I still feel like I need to be kind of anxious about the situation, and I'll talk about that a little bit more as to the things we've gone through in the past several months. But at this moment right now, I'm currently pregnant with baby number 3. I'm approximately March 31st, 2015 or April 1st, 2015. So yes, I am so excited. So the rest of this video is just going to be all about kind of our TTC journey up until this point, things we've done, things we've gone through. For those of you that are curious, I'm going to go through all of that, but I will be doing weekly pregnancy vlogs again. I did them with my second daughter Riley, so I will be doing those and then record my 4-week vlog next. The only thing is, when you're seeing this video, you might wonder why the dates are kind of off, and that is because I'm going to hold off on uploading all of these first trimester videos until I'm pretty much through the first trimester, or until I've told work and everyone else in my personal life, because I just want to be able to tell them personally before it's out there in YouTube land. So yeah, there's probably going to be a delay of some sort, but on to the TTC. Alright, so I've taken some notes here on my phone just so I can kind of remember back the main points that I went through in the past year. But to give you kind of a history of our TTC journey in the past, to conceive our first Kayla, it took 7 months. And to conceive our second Riley, we conceived on the 2nd month. So for it to be a year, it was definitely unexpected. I thought it would be quicker. Like Riley, 2 main reasons I thought it would be quicker. One, I'm 100 pounds lighter than I was when I conceived both children, so I assumed that could only benefit me. Apparently it didn't. And the second is that I found out I had celiac disease after I had Riley, so now that I'm gluten-free, you would think my body would respond better, but not the case. It took longer. So back in January, I had been TTC for 6 months, I believe, somewhere around there. I went and spoke to my doctor because I kind of wanted to get the ball rolling, just make sure everything was still okay with me. It's been a couple of years since I had my last kid. Riley is 3, so I want to check into that. She did a whole bunch of tests on me and then sent my husband for a sperm analysis as well. Everything came back fine for me, and for him, his morphology level came back slightly low. So we were a little bit concerned about that. She said because everything else, all my tests seemed to be fine, she went ahead and referred us to a fertility clinic that's here in Vancouver that specializes in fertility issues. Now, I've never seen a fertility specialist before. I wasn't convinced that I actually needed to see one, but I know there's waiting lists, and if there actually was something truly wrong, I kind of wanted to get my foot in the door and not delay the process. So I went ahead with it, and they booked us in March, I believe. So yeah, from January to March. But in the meantime, in February, I actually got pregnant right around my birthday, which was February 18th. So I think I found out on around Valentine's Day, February 14th, that I was pregnant. So obviously over the moon. The only thing that was kind of strange about that is that my tests were quite faint. The line was there for all of them, and if I can find the picture, I'll insert it here. The line was there, but it never really got much darker than that. And with my last 2 pregnancies, as the days went on, especially after you missed your period, the line got a lot darker. So I was pretty skeptical from the start, and about 5 days or so later, my period came like normal. It was just a lot heavier and the test went to negative. So I believe it was a chemical pregnancy. I don't think it was far along enough to be an early miscarriage. But yeah, I think it was a chemical pregnancy. Obviously devastating, never had to deal with that before. So yeah, that's what happened in February. In March, we went and saw the fertility doctor for the first time. He did more tests on me and my husband, and my husband's results came back a-okay, so he was totally fine, so that was a big relief. All my tests, he did further testing, were fine. He did an ultrasound and everything looked good. So then he diagnosed us, after all these tests, with unexplained secondary infertility, which on one hand is good that there's nothing wrong that they can find, but on the other hand, it's like, okay, so you're just not getting pregnant, but we're not too sure why, so we don't really know what to do from here. So that was kind of tough. He, as his first course of action, decided to put me on Clomid. Clomid is a drug used for people with PCOS or people who have difficulty ovulating to help them ovulate. And because I was already ovulating on my own, I was kind of skeptical about it. But I guess that was the first line of treatment before looking into anything more in depth, just to try out the Clomid. So he gave me, I think it was 4 months in a row prescription to try it. I was on 100 milligrams from day 3 through 7. It kind of varies what your doctor gives you, but that's what I did. Now, in the beginning when I was taking Clomid, I didn't really notice too much. Maybe I got some hot flashes at night. It wasn't a big deal. But I was typically ovulating around day 14. All my cycles have been regular. Once I took Clomid, day 14 came and went. Day 21 came and went. Day 23, I still had not gotten a positive ovulation. So they actually sent me for blood work. I think it was day 25, and my progesterone level was 89, which is super, super high, which means that I did ovulate at some point. I just never got a positive test, which was bizarre. And the other thing that was really awful about Clomid was that for a solid week, 6 to 7 days, I had ovulation pain. Some people can actually feel when they ovulate. It was like that, but really intense pain, and it lasted 7 days, day to night. It was crazy. I've never felt anything like it before. It was not pleasant, and I think it basically just hyperstimulated my body, hyperstimulated my ovaries. Was more than my body needed, was the sense that I got. So while that cycle was happening, I decided to call the fertility clinic back. I wanted to discuss Clomid with them further. I wasn't convinced it was the right fit for me. It wasn't that I was against it, I just wanted to talk to them more about it, but the first date they could get me was the end of July to talk to somebody. So I didn't want to start Clomid the next month. I wanted to give my body a break. The month of July, the month that we're in right now, I had a lot of vacations planned, weekend vacations and things like that. I just didn't want to be in that pain. I didn't want to stress my body out. But what I did do is book an appointment back in June with my naturopathic doctor, who I actually saw after I gave birth to my first daughter because I dealt with postpartum depression, and she was amazing. She's done such amazing things just with homeopathic remedies and then obviously natural remedies. She's just amazing. I love her. So I thought, you know what, I haven't seen her in a couple of years. I wonder if she has something fertility related that she can help me out with. I saw her at the end of June. She let me know that basically she actually specializes in getting people pregnant in fertility, which I had no idea. She has the same success rate as the actual fertility clinic that I was seeing. And I think her success rate is about 65 to 70%, and I had no idea. So she did an extensive panel of tests on me, including this saliva test that I had to do 5 times a day. That's a whole nother story, but in the end she ended up putting me on a little tincture of Vitex, which I've heard of before, false unicorn root, which I've never heard of before, and a pill called Simplex F. Yes, so 3 different things she ended up putting me on. I started them the cycle, my July cycle. It was kind of the end of June to July. And needless to say, this is the month that we got pregnant. So, I mean, Clomid I don't think really worked for me. Whether or not it was the Vitex, I don't know. I heard Vitex takes a long time. Well, not a long time, but it takes a couple months to really build up in your system. But first month on it worked wonders for me. I didn't have any weird side effects, and obviously I got pregnant, so I can't help but wonder if that's what kind of did the trick. So yeah, that's pretty much my TTC journey this past year. It's been a roller coaster of a year. They say try not to stress out when you're trying to conceive, but I think that is almost impossible. It was something that was on my mind pretty much every day of this entire year, and as much as I tried not to stress about it, it was still on the back of my mind. Thought I would also mention some things that I did different in the past 2 months in case you're also trying to conceive and you want to know what kind of helped me. I did start acupuncture, which I did also to conceive my first, and I had done maybe 4 treatments of acupuncture over the past month, so that could have helped as well. I switched. I was drinking coffee in the morning, like caffeinated coffee, and I went to decaf coffee. I was only drinking 1 cup anyway, so I don't really know if that had a difference. We've been using Pre-Seed, which has helped out a lot, and exercising wise this month, I really tried to just do low impact walking, things like that. I was really into running this past year, and yoga I was enjoying doing, and just lots of different types of activities, and this month I kind of just took it easy, so I don't know if that also had an impact. And then of course just the fact that it's summer and I had a lot of vacations planned, and my mind was probably less on it this month than any other month the whole year, and I don't want to buy into the fact that maybe I was less stressed about it, because I feel like I said, it's impossible, but just something I want to throw out there. So yeah, if you're still watching this video, thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, let me know down in a comment below. Look out for my 4-week pregnancy vlog. I'm super excited to share this journey with you guys again. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!